We'll give OKC credit. They did it again. And we have not, unfortunately, taken the steps necessary to make sure we win games like that. So we got to be better. And again, it came down to the details. The end of the game, that kid made a nice play. That's not what we lost. We lost that game at the end of the third, into the fourth. We don't get back in transition. They hit a three. We got a miscommunication. They hit a three. They got 16 offensive rebounds tonight, and they barely played a center. So no excuses. We were absolutely, for coming off 3 straight losses, we were way too soft on that end of the floor tonight. And give them credit. And it's we got work to do.
All right, we'll start with James Hill.
Yeah, Luke, this is 4 straight. Just how do you pull your team out of this funk? I know you made a lineup change tonight, but what are you seeing that's causing the lack of consistency, the missed assignments, a little stuff?
Yeah, I thought we were much better back to ourselves tonight. As far as how we were playing, we were getting downhill. We were getting good looks. Having Ty back out there was great. We got Rashawn playing again. To me, it really came down to us not boxing out guards, boxing out guards. We've talked about it since day one of training camp. And, look, there's, we feel like we have units out there that are, offensively our best shot at playing the way we want to play. But if we're not willing to box out, then we're just going to have to make some more changes. And we'll look into that. But that was, it wasn't the game we played. Like, we played, the way we want to play for, we up to that point, we built up a nice lead. We were sharing it. We were playing with good pace. We missed a lot of shots, but we made them miss, and we didn't finish off possessions, and that's absolutely unacceptable. So we'll look at it, and we'll do what we have to do to continue to get better. But how we get through it, James, is we stick together and keep working. Stick together, keep working. It's the recipe for success.
And Matt George.
Hey, Luke, do you think it's more of a coincidence that Rashawn Holmes has his best games when Tyrese is playing, struggles without, and then vice versa, De'Aaron Fox has his best game when Tyrese is out and goes back to kind of his struggles with Tyrese here? Is that coincidental to you at this point?
No, I do think Rashawn, Rashawn is naturally going to get more looks with Ty out there, because Ty is a secondary playmaking, ball handling guard that's really good at that pick and roll game. So that, that doesn't surprise me. Now we need Rashawn to play with that same energy. He was blocking shots, rebounding from this jump tonight. So that's what we need out of him every night. And then we need to make sure that we get him looks and touches and all that. But it's easier, when Ty's playing. But I don't think, the De'Aaron piece has anything to do with that, no.
Tony Harvey.
Coach Walton, you said it earlier, and it looked like, in those first 10, 11 games, that was a portion of this team's identity, controlling the pace, getting out and running and things like that. And also the defense, which I want to get into, because Harrison did mention it, at least for the last quarter and a half, no stops. So it was basically non-existent. Do you feel like, maybe the team is losing a little bit of that edge on defense that they had earlier, those first 10, 11 games, and they're just not following with the game plans? Because seemed like those first 10, 11 games, the defense seemed like it was going to appear to be part of the defense.
I know what you're saying. Yes. Yeah, I disagree. I think we've had 2 really bad defensive games, and they were the Phoenix game and the San Antonio game. I thought tonight our defense was fine. Where we struggled tonight, we got plenty of stops. Where we struggled tonight was finishing those possessions with rebounds. You go back even to the first game of this losing streak, Indiana. It was, that's not a high scoring game. We got stops. So our player is not. The players are still understand what it needs to be about, but there's still too many slip ups in between there as far as finishing off possessions. And tonight it cost us a ball game. So it hurts. It should hurt. And at some point, the pain has got to be enough to make those changes. sacrifice, put your body on the line for people. So that, that's what we're going to have to look into and continue to get better.
Jason Anderson.
Luke, how much does it feel like the team's like togetherness and toughness and resolve are being tested right now? And how do you guys deal with that?
Yeah, it's being tested, but it's not going anywhere. We're together. We're a group that's worked too hard not to. I mean, we're 13 games into a season, and yeah, it's a tough patch right now, but we're not going anywhere. We're sticking together. We'll get through it together.
Back to Matt George.
Hey, Luke, over the 15 plus seasons here in Sacramento, one of the biggest issues has been the inconsistency of playing to different levels of competition. Obviously, you've only been involved in the last 3. From both a player and coach perspective, why do you think that's such a hard lesson for teams, younger teams, to learn and figure out how to play consistently and play the same way against one team as they do getting up for maybe a better team?
Yeah, it's a good question, Matt. It a lot of times comes down to just the experience of veterans and understanding that it doesn't matter who you're playing. You don't get up, you don't get too high, you don't get too low in the NBA. It's 82 games and you need to play the same way every night. And there's always going to be a little bit of variation depending on who you're playing. But young players are normally, you're coming from college and you're still figuring all that out, where there's rivalry games and this and that. In our league, anybody will beat anybody if you're not ready to play. And that just, that comes with time and experience.
Back to James Ham.
Yeah, Luke, Tyrese and De'Aaron, they seem to play okay together, but when both of them are off the floor at the same time, you guys really do seem to struggle. Is there a way to stagger minutes to make sure that one of those guys is on the floor at all times?
Yeah, and that's that's part of the plan. Ty was his first game back tonight. So as much as I wanted to make sure that happened, I also wanted to make sure I got him, the short rest periods in between. But yeah, that's possible, and that's something that we're looking to do.
Tony.
Yeah, Coach. Just one question about Chemezi Matu. He got the starting job tonight. He did fairly well. I mean, he hit 3 threes. Finished with 14 points, and he's been a factor in there. Just want to get your thoughts on there because it's definitely one of the bright spots. I know we done talked about it the last 13, 14 games. This guy's ready when it's time to throw him in the fire, whether it's in the starting position or coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's done a nice job of working. He's done a nice job of taking advantage of opportunities when he gets them. And tonight, look, we went bigger. We know that the defensive rebounding has been hurting us, and we went bigger. And I thought Mezzi did a really nice job tonight, filling in that spot, and had made some good plays, brought some good energy, and helped us. But we'll look back at it and see where we go from here.
Jason Anderson. A couple more guys.
Luke, you just mentioned an opportunity there for Mezzi, and I couldn't help but wonder, is this an opportunity that Marvin could have had for himself under different circumstances?
Well, yeah, we're looking, Jason. We're looking into the future, and we'll see what presents itself here in the coming days.
All right, last one, Carmichael Dave. Oops. All right, unmute yourself again.
Hey, Coach.
Dave?
Conventional wisdom would say that either not the right things or whatever are being communicated by the staff in practice or in off games, or the right things are being put out there and the roster and the players are not executing those things. Is there a third option? Is it a combination of both?
No, look, we're all in this together, Dave. This is, we take a loss. It's on coaches. It's on players. Look, we understand that it's our group, and that's why we talk about not letting outside stuff get in between us. And when we have success, we celebrate together. We have failures, we're gonna go through the pain together. But really it comes down to executing those, creating and building those habits, and then doing them all the time. And we talk about it, we drill it, we work on it, and now it's got to come. It's got to get to the place where we don't have to talk about it anymore because it's just what we do. And we're clearly not there yet when it comes to some of the details. But again, I thought we played the way we wanted to play for a lot of tonight, and we got stops when we needed to. It was the lack of boxing out that really hurt us. I mean, they had 16 offensive rebounds, and it wasn't because we were oversized. It was because we weren't hitting bodies, checking reach, checking cutters, and backing them up. The fundamentals of boxing out. So, we'll work on it again. Come tomorrow and the next day. But until we start doing that, then it's maybe we win, maybe we lose. But fundamentals are important in building a winning team.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yep. Thanks, guys.